Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Stretch the Sketch. Today is also Series 20 of 30 Days of Sketches. The sketch we are using is by Vicky Tagunog, and I'm sure I'm saying Vicky's last name wrong. But anyway, this is it. And I am doing a 9 by 12 instead of an 12 by 12 because I need to stretch my sketch, which means I need to either shrink it or make it larger. I did have this cut file in my stash. I do not know where it's from, so I apologize for that. Um, it might be a some assemblage required cut file, but I didn't actually go and check. So I also have this Meeden watercolor pad. It is some 100 I think it's 160 pound, 300 GSM watercolor paper, cold press that I'm using, and it is 9 by 12. And so I decided to go with that instead of the paper that I originally cut because I think this is going to be working better for the mixed media that I'm doing. I'm going to be playing with some infusion inks since I just released the swatching of those. I thought I'd play with them a little bit here. So I am using Scarlet and I am using Green Man. Yeah, they're they're gonna look a little bit, I don't know. It's actually called Frankly Scarlet, but I'm trying not to make it look like a crime scene. But the two colors together, I'm not gonna lie. Before all of the stuff gets put on the layout, but after it's all the mixed media is done, but before everything's laid down, it's kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly, but you know, sometimes with mixed media, you just got to keep going. So that's what I did. These are really cool powders in case you missed the swatching video. They are highly pigmented. They are a stain, and I think they probably would stain your clothes, but they also have a walnut stain crystal in them. And so the longer they are wet, the more the brown blooms. So I'm trying not to mess around with them too much. Like if you keep tapping on them and stuff like that, you're going to get more brown, more and more brown as well. And then I thought I was just going to do under where the cut files are going to lay, but I decided to go ahead and do both corners. Now, it's not exactly what Vicky has in her sketch, but she does have four circles coming in from the edges of her sketch. And so that's what inspired me to do this, only I'm just doing it from the corners and only two. And I do like the way that it ends up looking. It's kind of a fun layout when it's all said and done. But again, like I said, these colors, you know, green and red are across from each other on the color wheel. So you're always going to get some shade of earth tones when you mix the two wet colors together. But because the infusion ink has that walnut stain in it, it's already going to have some brown in it. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to chance it and see what happens. If it turns really brown, that's what I end up with. But I was trying to keep it so that the pigments, as they start to bloom, they keep their color. You can see some blue coming in through there. The red actually has some pink in it. And you can actually see those, maybe even a little orange and a little bit of yellow in the green. But if I were to stir those pigments up like I have over on the right hand side with the red, they will become a solid color. The Green Man would be kind of a greeny, olive green kind of a color. So anyway, I'm letting it dry. It's dry to the touch, but it's definitely not dry on the paper. The paper is not dry. It still has plenty of moisture in it. So I don't want to pull it off of the block. This Meeden paper pad is actually not just a paper pad. It's a paper block. So that means most of the sides are attached by, I don't know what it's called, but it's that, you know, like when you rip a paper pad off the top and it's got that adhesive stuff that holds it all together. It's like that on more than three sides. So you have to kind of just find the top center opening and then use a craft blade or something like that to pull it apart. And I don't want to do that while it's wet because I don't want to risk ripping the paper. So I kind of let that sit and dry, even though it's dry to the touch. And then you can see me here using my craft knife, trying to go ahead and pull it off of the block. And it worked out okay. It's the first time I've used this paper pad. I'm just trying it out, and so far so good. I haven't tried it out for any like I don't want to say hardcore watercolor techniques because I'm not really a watercolorist by any stretch of the imagination. I just like to play and dabble. But I do like that it's very little warping because it was all stuck down to the block. And it did a really good job of holding the moisture on the surface of the paper so you have a little play time, and it didn't pill. So that was what I was kind of basing it off of. I bought this on Amazon. I'm not really sure. I wasn't really sure what the quality is of the Meeden papers, but I've seen a lot of people using it lately, so I thought I'd give it a shot and try it out. I normally use fluid watercolor paper, but it's Fluid is the brand, and in a 12 by 12. But I thought I would try this just to give it a shot and see what it was. And being that it was 9 by 12, I like that size because it fits all the way across the 12 by 12 for starters, but it's not as big as a 12 by 12. So if I'm not doing a full 12 by 12 sheet, I don't feel so bad about cutting it up. Hopefully that makes some sense. Now I went to my thicker stash for a title. These are two pictures of the little guy I take care of at the dentist. I think it's his only his second time at the dentist, and you know, we go there to quote unquote count his teeth, but he did get a little cleaning and he did really well. And in one of the pictures he has a really big smile on his face, so I decided to title it Super Smile, which goes really well with, you know, a dental appointment because he does have a super smile when he's super cheesy grinning, which he is doing in one of those photos. So I thought that was super cute. And then I decided, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, but all of those stars were in that Chamel pack of puffy thickers that I'm putting away right now. So I thought I'd pull out the teal and the green because those go really well with the teal and green colors that are in the mixed media. And I'm liking the mixed media a lot better now that everything is layered right down on top. I think it looks so much better and it makes me a lot happier. So don't just give up on your mixed media. Another thing, if you're not really happy with it, you can go and cut it apart and use it like in strips, or die cut it and use it as like hexagons or circles or like squares for a grid. Don't be afraid to play with it. There's, you know, don't throw it away. Okay, I went to my tickets and tags and my labels, and I'm pulling some of those out to go with the little flag thing that says woohoo. That is a birthday foam sticker pack, but I thought the smile worked really well. And then bringing in the word that said woohoo, like he did great at his appointment. I thought that was really perfect. And then I found some labels that I could use to do a little bit of writing on. I pulled in a black one. You can see there's like a teal and lime green one up at the top of the right hand photo. So just tucking in bits and pieces here and there and keeping it very simple. But I like how it ends up looking, and it gives me just enough room to write a little bit about what was going on during the day, because I actually took him to this appointment. Sometimes his parents take him to things, and but I've had the pleasure of taking him to his first 2 dental appointments. So yeah, that was kind of fun, and well, not fun for him, but it was nice that I was able to do that and be with him for that. I did go and do a sketchy line all the way around that outside. Normally I do this with a fine point pen, but I decided to bring in a regular a regular Sharpie marker to get that sketchy large line because the cut file is so heavy in the black. And then I decided to go around the inside of it with a really thin line from the thin or fine tip Sharpie, because I felt like that gave it kind of a little bit of a different frame, a little bit more like the label that I'm using. So that was the inspiration for that. And then I'm just going to do my little bit of journaling here on the labels. I did add a pair of red sunglasses from the other sticker book that I had pulled out. And that's because he's got some red sunglasses on in one of the photos. And that is pretty much going to do it. Oh, I know, actually, my little flag here needed a bow on it, so I just added some black with silver baker's twine, which is great because the writing on that little piece is in silver, so I'm just tacking that on there as well and calling it done. Don't forget to go and check out everyone else playing along with Stretch the Sketch today. I will put a link to the playlist down below. I'm sure their videos were up earlier than mine. I'm running a little bit behind on everything these days, so bear with me. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have questions and comments, as always, just leave those down below and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. I've also included the link to 30 days of sketches down below so you can go and check out all of the inspiration that has come out so far in the month of March, and go and give all of those creators a little bit of love as well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.